That is one deep dish chicken curry pie. Oh, look how fantastic that looks. That is superb. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we have got a cracker. We're doing a deep dish chicken curry pie. Let's show you how to make it right now. So in a bowl then we've got our flour and we're just going to add the salt. You know, this is an easy pastry to make. It's hot water crust pastry. It is so simple. So this is our dry ingredients. All we need to do is give it a mix in. So we'll mix in the salt with the flour, put to one side, and then we've got to crack on with the hot water fats bit. You know, it's so simple. This is out of a packet. This is butter and shortening, and I'm just adding some water. We're going to bring it up to a reasonable temperature just to melt the fats. We have to melt the fats in there. Now be careful, obviously if you splash yourself and it's hot, it's fat in here and not just water. So as soon as it's all melted, with it being hot water crust pastry, we tip the fats into the flour. Stir it all in. Now this is red hot, so you can't put your hands in here yet. Stir it all in with the flour. Try and get it as much incorporated as possible. And then we're going to mix it with our hands. But don't forget, this stuff is still quite warm. So just tip it on the counter and we need to bring it all together. Now, hot water crust pastry is not hard to bring together. It's very soft. It's supple, and with it being hot with the fats, it's easy to bring together. Like I say, be careful because it can still be quite warm in the middle. So once you've brought it all together, we need to separate this into two lots actually, because there's quite a lump here. We're going to separate it, we're going to put it in bags, we're going to put it in the fridge for an hour. So just separate it into two lots and either cover it in cling film or put it in plastic bags like I do. I put it in a plastic bag, and then what you've got to do, you've got to try and flatten it out. Flatten it out the best you can. It just makes it easier for rolling. You know, if you take it out of the fridge and it's only cooled and not set up, you can roll it straight away. Now, if you leave it in the fridge longer than an hour, it sets up quite firm with the fats in the flour. And then you might just have to bring it together with your hands to warm it up before you roll it out. It's a very forgiving pastry. It's fantastic. I use it for a lot of pies. It's so easy to work with. A lot easier than short crust pastry, really. It's tasty too. So that's flattened out quite nicely. Like I say, all we're going to do is we're going to stick it in the fridge for about an hour. Right, we need to make our filling. Pan on, heat on, oil in, onions in. Stir it around. We don't want to brown these. A little bit of salt in, that's going to help dry out the moisture. Bit of pepper, that's our seasoning, salt and pepper. As easy as that. Stir it round, soften up these onions. Won't take so long. Clear a space in the middle and dump in your garlic and ginger paste. Get that in there, stir it all around. Cook it all together, get that rawness out of that garlic and that ginger whilst we're cooking the onions. And then we want to be going in with our spices, our curry powder or mixed powder and our garam masala. Now just work that in there with the oil that is in the pan. Hard to see, I know, but it's all on the onions. Work it into bloom your spices, and then we want some chili powder. Now don't go bananas, just put in what you are capable of eating. Stir it all in, and then get our chicken in. Get our chicken in, coat it all up in our spices, and start to cook the chicken down in the pan. There'll be quite a lot of moisture comes out of the chicken, so there's not a worry on burning the spices, that is a fact. In with some peas. Get your peas stirred in there. Now we're going to make a cornstarch slurry, but we're going to make it with the evaporated milk. So tip some evaporated milk in there and mix it in until you've got a nice smooth paste. Well, it won't be a paste, it'll still be quite runny. And that is going to go in as our cornstarch slurry to thicken this up. So in with some coriander, stir it in, completely optional. You don't have to put coriander in if you don't want. And then we've got to go in with our evaporated milk. Put the whole can in. It's going to look like this too much, but I'll assure you it's not going to be too much. Start cooking it down, and then we'll add our cornstarch slurry. Give it a taste test. Oh, that tastes a bit like a korma. That is very nice. Just a little bit of heat there, not too much. And in with our cornstarch slurry. Get that in there, stir it all round, and it will thicken instantly in this pan. And we want that nice thick sauce. So easy, look how quick that came together. We've got a really nice thick sauce in there. Pastry out of the fridge. This is rock hard. This is rock hard. We've left it in too long, or the fridge is too cold. So what we're going to have to do, we want 1/3, 2/3. 1/3 for the top, 2/3 for the base and sides. So just cut it down. So we got 1/3 and 2/3. Now just warm it up in your hands before rolling it out. It is quite cold, but like I say, this pastry is very forgiving. And we have got a big cake tin. It's 3 inches high. I mean, it's a cracking cake tin. So we're going to do a deep dish pie. That'll fit. That'll fit it. Okay, just lift up your pastry, and we're going to put it in our tin. Dump it in your tin, work it round, work it in, work it around the sides, get it down to the bottom, get it all in there. It's not hard, quite straightforward, quite easy. Just gently push it down, work round. And that's our pastry in there. All we got to do now is roll out the top. Looks great, doesn't it? Okay, roll out the top. Same procedure. Warm it up in your hands because it's too cold. And we will roll it out. Now obviously it doesn't have to be as big as the base. And because we're making our own pie, we are filling this. Pack it in, squash it down, get it in there. And then what we need to do, when we come up to the top with all the filling, we need to actually get more filling in the center. So just go around with your spoon and sort of put an edge on it, like a bevel edge on it as you go round. And it'll be domed up in the middle. And then we need to glue it. Egg wash all the way around. Get the egg wash round, and then we're going to put the top on. That's a pretty good job. Get your top on, and then what we need to do, we need to crimp it. So just squash it down, finger and thumb, go all the way around. Now this is before we actually put a pie edge on. We're just sticking it to make sure it seals. Cut off the excess. You know, look at the excess, is too much. Get a pair of scissors and cut it off. And then we are going to roll and fold. So roll it over and fold it, crimp it at the same time. And that's going to seal it up. We're going to go all the way around, sealing it up, and then we're going to actually finger and thumb, crimp the edge, make it look a bit better. So this is sealing it all the way around. Now you can do finger, two finger, but I do thumb, two fingers. Thumb, two fingers all the way around, put an edge on your pie. This is the king of pies. That looks like a crown. Just look at that. And then we need to egg wash the top. Get some egg wash it all over. Egg wash that crown top as well. But try not to get the egg wash down the sides of that top and into the tin, because if you do, it will stick. So nice and gently around the top. And then what we need to do, we have to put some air vents in this. Now you can just put 2 or 3 holes in, but if you get a fork, you can go all the way around and put a load of holes in. And that is our pie, ready for the oven. About 170 for about 50 minutes. That's right, we're going in for about 50 minutes because it's a deep dish pie. Wow, look at that. That is a fantastic pie. But we can't cut into it yet. It's too hot. So we just have to leave it to cool down. And then because we're using one of these cake tins, it's going to be easy to get out of that cake tin. We just have to stand it on something, open up the ring, and take the pie out. It is so simple. Oh, come on. Come on, look at that. That is a good 3 inches high. That is fantastic. Cooked all the way around. Perfect pie. 50 minutes in the oven at 170. There you go, 3-inch pie. Let it cool down before taking a slice. Cool it down completely actually. And it wants to be just warm. And then it's easier to cut it open and take a slice. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, that's got to be a subscribe. Subscribe, look at that, guys. That is one deep dish chicken curry pie. Oh, look how fantastic that looks. That is superb. Oh, look at that. Tender chunks of chicken, creamy sauce, pastry and some fries. That is incredible. Oh, the taste actually is like a little bit of a spicy chicken korma. That is a delicious pie. Now if you like what we're doing, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe, share with your friends, all that kind of stuff. I'll catch you in the next video.